Oh, yeah.
From your perspective, what are the major problems we are facing today?
Corruption, evilness, evil corruption. That's the major. That's it. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Really.
And how long do you think it's been going on for?
Decades and decades and decades. It's an ongoing thing. It is what it is. And why? Some people want to know why. The reason is because as a Christian, we understand, dude, Satan has power. Satan is real. And Satan has power over this world. Hence why our leaders, the people in authority, are corrupt. And don't be fooled, because these corrupt people will put on a facade, a face, and they will say the right things to make it sound like they are anything but love. Can we, the people, trust our government? Absolutely not. And if that wasn't apparent before 2020, it should definitely be apparent now. Okay? When they swear an oath to uphold the Constitution, and then they go against that oath, if they made a mistake and they correct it, cool, that's no big deal, right? That's just not the case. In Oregon, in California, and in Washington, they are absolutely destroying and going against the federal Constitution and all 3 state constitutions. So yeah, no, right. You cannot.
Do you believe we the people can trust our news sources?
Absolutely not.
Is there any?
Oh, I'm sure there's absolutely some, yeah.
Okay. But mainstream?
Mainstream media? Absolutely not, dude. I mean, I think I was in college when, I was like out of high school. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm kind of an adult. The adults watch the news. So I looked at it. I watched a couple news stations. It didn't take long to see that they lied to us. To see the hypocrisy or the flip-flop. Oh, for this, it's okay, but for the same thing, but for this group, no, it's not. It didn't take long to recognize that. And as soon as I did, I shut it off. It was like, there's no way I want that infiltrating my mind. I don't want to be fed this stuff if they're just going to lie to me. No, I want truth. I want objective truth, preferably.
Right.
So that's not on the mainstream media by any means, and hasn't been for decades. And so no, absolutely not. You cannot trust the news.
Do you believe that the science reports can be trusted? We're seeing a lot of science reports on climate change and that.
Great question. It depends on who's reporting it. If it's from the media, no, you can't trust that. Absolutely not. Get that research paper, and if there's any news article that is claiming science, they should be able to cite it. Mm-hmm. Okay? And if they cite it, you go to the article, you can easily click on that link and find that research paper. You have to read that yourself. That's where you're going to find the truth. Because yes, there's research out there that is going to be skewed to support whatever they want to say, literally.
Sure.
And we already know people can be corrupt. That includes scientists. So when you say, oh, this is peer-reviewed, this and that. Okay, cool. Read the research paper. You have to read that. That's where it's at, okay? We'll just stop there. I'm Jeremiah Pedersen. I'm born and raised right here in Redmond, Oregon. My favorite attribute is integrity. About myself, integrity. I really pride myself on doing what I say I'm going to do. That is extremely important. And because of that, I am very cautious about what I say and what I promise to my kids, to my wife, and my community. I do not want to let anybody down. If I say I'm going to do it, I want to make sure I'm actually going to do it. No, my purpose, my life, it's really for me, my family. And more than that, really my purpose is going to be found in God. I am not as a Christian, you believe, this is not my home. Mm-hmm. Earth, this world is not my home. My home is in heaven with Christ. Mm-hmm. In the presence of God. That's what I look forward to. So anything that happens, all this negativity, it is what it is. The amount of time I'm alive on this world, in this world,
It's very short.
100 years compared to eternity. I mean, if you look at it like that, dude. So whatever I can do, while I'm here to please God, that's the most important thing that I can do.
At what point in your life did you find yourself on the path of advocating for others? Because that's what pro-life is.
Yeah, that's not intended by any means. I did not want to be an activist, or I don't. You call me an activist, and I don't even like that.
Oh, okay.
But it is what it is. I just want to live my life.
Yeah.
I just want to be left alone to live my life. So, to answer your question, the minute Governor Brown opened her mouth and dictated to us that we could not do something that we have the absolute right to do, that's the minute. That's the point in time.
Can you tell us what reward might be gained from standing and fighting for others?
I don't know if there's a reward.
Yep.
I don't think there's a reward. Some people might get a reward maybe from the recognition. I'm sure there's going to be that by some people. I think what you really get is you get to keep your balls. If you don't stand up for what you think is right, if you don't stand up for your convictions, you're ballless. You ain't got no balls. You're not a man, I guess. I don't want to be mean, but it is what it is. So that's the biggest thing. I mean, and like I said earlier, integrity is huge. So if I'm not going to stand up for what I think is right, if what I believe in, who am I as a person?
Ultimate goal is to reach 8 billion people. Would you donate $1 to this project?
Yes, I will donate $1. Support is huge. When you try to be that lone wolf, I mean, there's only a few, and I'm not one of them. There's only a few that can be that lone wolf. The rest of us, man, we got to have that community, that support, and that help, togetherness. We are social creatures. I mean, it just is what it is.
Community connected.
Yeah. So the more people that you have on your side, the more people that you have backing you up, the stronger, the more emboldened you are, the more confident you are to do and go forth in whatever that task is.
Do you think the vast advancements of technology have devastated the health and humanity of the people? And health, usually a lot of health concerns with technology comes mental health, of course. I mean, physical health, sure. How many people sit around playing video games and get fat and just do nothing but play video games? But yeah, technology itself vastly increased our technological advancements.
I'm kind of conflicted on this one. I don't think it's the advancement of technology. I do think it has hurt us, but I don't think it's the technology. I think it's the content. More than anything, I think it's the content. And what really turned me on to this was maybe 5 years ago. What was it? Snapchat was like the new thing. I'm like, oh, okay, well, am I too old to be on Snapchat? Like, there was like this epiphany where I'm like, okay, I guess I'm kind of an older guy. It's Snapchat. So I ended up getting it. I learned how to use it. And then I saw like the content that was in there. I'm like, holy crap. Dude, like Vogue specifically. The evil that they were just encouraging you to do was just mind-blowing. So I'm like, wow. And then you see it, I mean, you see it on every single social media, and now, I mean, all the social media channels, they push that, they want that, I feel like. So I think it's more the content than anything else. And yeah, social media is designed to keep you in that screen for a longer period of time. Netflix even admitted a while back that their whole goal was to get you to watch hours and hours. The more you watch, the less you slept and the less you worked, the more successful they get.
It's true. Yep.
So, and they're using technology, okay? Is it technology's fault? Is that the reason? I don't think so.
Comes back to corruption.
I think it's greed and corruption. Absolutely.
Greed, corruption, it really is.
So I don't want to blame it on technology. No, I want to blame it on corrupt people who are corrupt and evil.